protect our planet.
None of society's ills tears a nation apart like hate. Worse than economic or even environmental problems, hate grinds at our national soul. I've been investigating hate crimes and hate criminals for 15 years. Here are two recent examples, one from 2020, the other from the infamous skinhead brawl right here in our studio.
He ain't got a hook nose anymore.
Hey, you gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. Hey, hold it. Hold it. Sit down.
Now, this brawl, though outrageous, was typical of the violent behavior of the men who enlist in the so-called white supremacist groups. However, since that show aired, a tragic twist has occurred within the ranks of hate groups, increasing participation by women. From joining the rank and file to spreading hate propaganda to actual participation in hate crimes. Racist women, like the ladies on the right-hand side of our studio stage today, have given a perverse new meaning to the whole movement toward the equality of the sexes. Well, our show today investigates women who are active members of the Ku Klux Klan. When during a time of racial harmony, why? Why is the nation's most critical issue of racial harmony, why is it being overlooked? Why are these women during this critical time fostering racial animosity? What do they hope to gain from their inflammatory views and actions? Well, we'll find out. Because women of the Klan, women who hate, are the focus of this edition of Geraldo. Thanks, everybody, and welcome to the program. The FBI reports that Klan activity is present these days throughout most of this country, but as tradition holds, it is still strongest in the South. We sent our reporter-producer Bill Lancaster down to Hall County, Georgia, and he captured this report. Let's take a look. In recent years, the women's movement has made great strides in a multitude of areas, ranging from the boardroom to the courtroom. But there is another area where women have gained equality, hate groups. The Anti-Defamation League of B'nai B'rith estimates that female participation in this country's 67 recognized hate groups is as high as 33%. In our investigation of the role of women in hate groups, we visited the oldest white supremacist group in the country, the Ku Klux Klan. 60 miles north of Atlanta, Georgia, we found the Klan alive and well in Hall County, a community of about 95,000 residents. It's the type of place where the local high school band turned out to welcome home the troops from Operation Desert Storm. Yet as high school students proudly turned and twirled, other women here were marching to a different beat.
My kids shouldn't have to sit down beside of a stinking nigger and learn. My kid shouldn't have to fight his way through a school just to get an education where a nigger can get it.
This woman was one of dozens who gathered on a sunny Saturday afternoon to participate in the Klan's oldest ritual, a rally. Planning for the day's events was as routine as planning any cookout.
$1 for the hot dogs. Okay, it's $1. Thank you.
The misconception that we hate niggers. We don't hate niggers, or blacks, whichever you want to call.
Beginning in the very first chapter of Genesis, as God created everything, he said, after their kind. That means white marry white, black marry black, brown marry brown. You're supposed to stay with your own race, color. God commands.
Prior to the late 70s, women could not join the Klan. David Duke, Grand Wizard of the KKK from 1975 to 1980, opened the ranks to women as part of his aggressive recruitment campaign. Women in the Klan discussed their roles unaware of blatant contradictions. preaching Christianity while espousing racism, considering themselves equal to men while being forced to accept traditional domestic roles, nurturing children while teaching them discrimination.
I work with black people. As far as that goes, I get along with them fine, but I don't want them in my house around my kids, and I don't want my kids going to school with them.
Klansmen see the principal role of Klan's women as child bearers. Their kids are taught hate from birth. Many will never encounter the real world outside the Klan. As time for the rally drew near, the local sheriff's department and undercover FBI agents observed the goings-on. Major Tony Carter described the activities of Klan's women.
They play a part in organizing the media events for the Klan. They are up front in publicizing the activities of the Klan, where the Klan's going to be, take care of selling the souvenirs for the Klan. They march with the Klan not only in our county, but the other counties in the state of Georgia where the Klan are carrying on activities.
Soon it's time for the evening's climax, the lighting of the cross.
Klansmen, forward march.
Witnessing this burning cross is testimony to the tremendous amount of work that needs to be done to extinguish racism's flames. Flames that burn, even in the hearts of women. Okay, let's meet our guests from the Klan first. This is Darlene Carver. Darlene is Grand Secretary of the Georgia KKK. Darlene is also a grandma. She says one of her happiest moments was hearing her granddaughter's first word, which was, Darlene?
Nigger.
Dana Carver is Darlene's daughter-in-law. They are related not only by marriage, but by their shared philosophy of racial discrimination. Shirley Walker, next in line, her daughter Lisa Wheeler, and Lisa's little baby, Amber Nicole. So you can see from Amber's little outfit that this represents 3 generations now in the KKK in this particular family. Anita Daly is really little past childhood herself. She's just 18 years old. She joined the Klan 6 months ago for reasons I guess she will explain to us today. Now, while these introductions are shocking to most people, most reasonable, ordinary, normal people, they are descriptions that Doug Seymour here knows all too well. For nearly 2.5 years, Doug infiltrated the Klan. He brings us a report from his 30 months of undercover surveillance which, as we will learn, nearly cost Doug his life. Sitting next to him, Angelique Wimbush. She didn't have to go undercover to find out about hate. As a member of the Congress of Racial Equality, Angelique is on the front lines of bigotry, fighting bigotry every day. Donna Holmes is also from CORE. She says what is most frightening about women in the Klan is that many are moms, as you see here, whose duties really are and should be to instill values in their children. Darlene, what about instilling values in kids? Do you think that, you know, you proudly stated the first word your baby granddaughter said. What kind of world are you creating for that child? Isn't that child going to grow up in a totally perverse kind of thought pattern?
Her thoughts is going to be white, her race. Her thoughts will be her race, her white race.
But don't you see...
And this is what we're raising her to do.
But don't you see, Darlene, that what you're doing is teaching her to hate, teaching her...
No, we don't teach her to hate. We teach her to respect her race and to have respect for it for her children to come.
But to respect your race, does that mean that you have to teach them to be derogatory, to be pejorative, to be condescending and hateful to other races?
We do not teach her to be hateful to no one. We teach her to respect others as well as herself, but to respect her race and stay with her race.
Did you, in fact, rejoice when your baby granddaughter said that word?
Sure, because it showed me that she had already begun to learn the difference in herself and others. She knew the difference in the races.
But She knew.
And you have to start
Did she
learning.
know the difference, Darlene, or did she begin the
No,
first
she knows the
step on a
difference.
journey toward hatred and separation?
No, she,
One race
she
elevated.
didn't know what hate was. She never had...
Aren't you doing a pretty good job
At
in
this age, she
teaching
doesn't
her?
know what hate is, but she knew the difference in color.
Aren't there more appropriate ways of teaching that?
We teach her the Bible, and there ain't nothing better than the Bible. And the Bible says kind after kind.
Does the Bible say the word that your granddaughter uttered? Is there any place in that sacred document that says one race is superior to the next? Is there anything in there that says that children, little infant children, should be taught that kind of hatred?
If God wanted us all to be the same race, he would have made us the same race. He made us different races.
Yeah, well, granted that, he certainly did, but he didn't say one was better than the other. He didn't say that we should hate our fellow man, did he?
He said we should stay with our own kind.
Well, this is Danny Carver. He's Darlene's husband. At one time, Danny was the Grand Dragon of the Georgia KKK, but you should know about Danny that he was convicted of terrorist activities. He was convicted of also inciting riot. He is forbidden from participating in Klan activities. You were saying, sir?
So history has proven from the beginning of the time that the white race is superior to the black race. And the Klan violence that you showed at the beginning of this show, that wasn't Klan violence, it was self-defense. Oh. Everybody that watched the show saw Roy Ennis choking the young Mexican fella.
Denny, what was the last book you read?
The last book I read?
Yeah.
I read a lot of books.
Well, what was the last one?
I don't remember. Holocaust on Trial.
Holocaust on Trial.
Right.
Are you a happy fellow, Danny?
Sure.
You are?
Sure.
You don't go through life with a chip on your shoulder?
No.
You don't? Do you feel pleased that your granddaughter is learning your creed?
I feel pleased that my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren will be white, and they will be white because my ancestors believed in and practiced segregation, and it's my duty to send it on down.
Are they going to be white and stupid, Danny?
They're going to be white.
Women in the Klan, women of hate, our focus today. I want to go to young Dana. What do you like about being in the Klan, Dana?
I'm proud to stand up for who I am and my white race.
All right, I understand the rhetoric. I just want to know what specifically you like about it. I mean, do you have fun at the rallies? Do you have fun being with the other ladies?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? How do you help?
Well, I help sell souvenirs. I hand out applications, people who want to sign up and join. Help with the food, anything.
How long have you and Darlene's son been married?
About 7 months.
7 months? Mm-hmm. And how old are you?
19.
19? Have you been dating a long time? What's his name, your husband?
Homer.
Homer. Have you and Homer been dating a long time?
Mm-hmm.
Since childhood?
No.
Kind of grow up together?
We've dated over a year.
Over
and then got married.
And were you involved in Klan activities prior to meeting Homer?
I've been to a few Klan rallies.
Do you remember?
I was a skinhead before I met
Oh, you were a
Homer.
skinhead before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So you've had quite a colorful career already.
Mm-hmm.
What does Homer do for a living?
I don't want to say that.
We don't believe in violence.
No, he don't go out and kill anybody. He don't go out and beat up anybody. He goes to work every morning.
Homer does?
Comes home at night.
Okay.
Sometimes he has to stay out all night working.
Homer is my son. He works for Kennedy Cable, and he's not ashamed of what he does. He puts up cable for a living.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He don't sit on the sidewalk and shake a cup hollering, "Give me a nickel."
Good.
And a while ago you said, would I'd rather him grow up stupid? I'd rather him be stupid than be a big mixed breed, because stupid they can enter the congregation of heaven. As a mixed breed they can't, because the Bible says a bastard cannot go to heaven, and a mixed breed is a bastard. To the 10th generation.
Dana, what kind of souvenirs do you sell?
Belt buckles, shirts.
How's business?
Fine.
Really?
Sell something every rally. Some people come to the house and just buy shirts.
So, do you also go to church?
Yes, I have went to church.
You have gone. I mean,
Yeah,
are you
I work now,
are you
so
a
I don't
religious
have-
person?
Yeah.
Do you not see an inconsistency, a kind of an irony that I assume you're Christian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Christian. Do you know much about Jesus?
Yeah.
Do you know that they call him the Prince of Peace,
Mm-hmm.
the healer, the man who probably more than any other popularized and made sacred compassion?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what compassion is?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think that there's an inconsistency between the compassion of Jesus and the hatred of the KKK?
Who said we hate?
Hello?
Jesus
We don't
Christ
say we
was
hate.
Oh,
raised.
Danny, will you come and give
Jesus
me a...
Christ said, I separate my people from all other people.
Is this the kind of freedom you give the women, Danny?
They got all the freedom they want.
Yeah, well, let them talk.
Say,
Let 'em
so
go.
they can't talk.
What?
up there
I'm sorry,
by themselves.
Donna. What
They
you say?
can't speak for themselves. They have to look, and you know they're very uncomfortable right now because there's no one there to spoon feed what needs to be said. Oh, because you're sitting by, and you should be honored. You should be honored. You should be honored.
and sit beside a nigger all day.
Then why did you bother?
We're not going to even address you. We're not going to address that part of your statement because I know that you would not ever have the nerve to come and repeat that on 125th Street in Harlem.
Wait. I want to give Danny a gift certificate on the A train.
The reason she won't go to her side of town and repeat that is because of the black violence.
Yes, right. Okay.
Oh,
This-
Wait. I'm sorry. Mary, what were you saying?
I believe in segregation. You know, she's got the right to
Elizabeth Carey is incidentally in the middle, and Mary Thomaston,
that's correct.
are also card-carrying members of the Klan.
I'm not a card-carrying member. I'm a Klan's lady.
A Klan's lady. Okay.
Right.
All right.
The reason I wouldn't go on her side of town is because I believe that segregation should be segregation. And if she wants to stay in Niggertown all her life, let her do it.
No, the reason you wouldn't come on our side of town is because you wouldn't survive. Is that true?
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't you think there's violence in words when you say?
people on the streets yesterday telling us not to go to that side of
Okay.
town.
Let me ask.
Will
Will you, Danny, give me a break and keep your mouth shut for 2 minutes? I want to go to Mary. Don't you think there's violence in words, Mary? Don't you think that...
Sure, they could be. If
don't you think that
way.
there is, when you spew that kind of hateful rhetoric, don't you think that what you're doing is inciting violence?
I didn't say it.
I mean, you say those words and you've got this kind of smirk on your face. Don't you think that what you're doing is belligerent and...
Well, you don't see me over here trying to pick a fight with somebody.
Well, I exactly see that. That's exactly what I say.
How do you say that? I didn't say nothing about meet me. Let's go in the middle of Harlem and see if you'll repeat them words. Why do it there? I'm willing to do it there.
I bet you she's right over that side of town.
I'm willing to say nigger now.
All right.
Amendment of the Constitution.
14th, yeah.
We didn't incite this. She just said we were ignorant and could
No,
not speak for ourselves.
you said, didn't you, Anita, that
She's one invite her.
that you aren't you the one that said you feel uncomfortable sitting next to a certain race? What is it about the other?
Because I'm white and I want to stay with whites.
And do you think it'll catch? You think it'll catch?
No, but I ain't even gonna be here
to. In that book that Danny read, did they teach that race is contagious? You know, you.
I have no idea. I haven't read the book. He did. Ask him.
They don't read.
We don't read black.
They don't read. I graduated from high school.
You did? Oh, good, Mary. Good. Let's take a break. Mary graduated. Women of hate, women of the Klan. Our focus today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
I'd like to ask Angelique and Donna how they feel about being called a nigger.
It doesn't bother me. I dismiss it. What is a nigger? Okay.
Well, I would say that, of course, when you hear these things, you're shocked and amazed and repulsed. But what is very good about it is this. I want to congratulate Geraldo for having the show. Because as long as you continue to expose the people like this, you know, then the overwhelming majority of us, black, white, brown, yellow, the decent people, can see what they're about. And that's what's important.
No, you just came on the show and warned the decent people not to go to your side of town. That's what the people are going to see.
Danny.
I'm confused about the secretiveness of Homer's livelihood. Does he go out and beat up black people or something?
No, the wife didn't want to tell us, but the dad...
it's no big secret, but...
He works in the cable company.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of reverse discrimination, she didn't want him to be harassed at work, but he's man enough to take it, so I told it. He don't care, he can find another job. And he still won't have to hold a cup and ask for nickels to eat.
Thank you, Danny.
I would just like to know what other grounds they base their opinions on and their prejudices other than the Bible, which has proven to be invalid.
Okay. Let's ask Anita. Anita, what really are the differences between black people and white people, say? What are the fundamental differences between you and Donna, the person who sits opposite you on the table?
Skin color's enough to me.
But is there anything else that's different?
The blood's different.
Is there any...
Blood's different.
The blood is different? It's different color?
The blood is different.
It is different.
Say she has A type and you have O type, but other than that, it's not different. I mean, I'm interested. I want to know what you base your...
Just like Shirley just said, they can get sickle cell anemia. We can't. Why is our blood the same? If they can get it, we can't.
Is that the reason you hate black people? Because they can get sickle cell anemia?
No, I believe in racial separation to the extreme.
And you include, like, Japanese people in that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You know, you keep saying that we hate black people.
Yes, Shirley.
I do not hate anybody because of their skin color. I love my white race, and I want to keep it white. What is wrong with that? There's black people out there that feel the same way. Are they called hate? Right. Are they called hate groups? Is the NAACP called a hate group?
No, they're not.
They stand up for black people. We stand up for white people.
I want to talk to Lisa, who holds baby Amber in her arms.
If the
Now, take a tight shot of this beautiful child.
If the
just take the pacifier off 1 second. Oh, Danny, will you shut up? Come here, can you sit? Look at this. Look at this baby. Put that on the monitor, Jim Bob. I want the whole. Look at that. It's a gorgeous child. Beautiful. Wait a second.
Beautiful.
And look at the outfit. Look at the outfit that Mom has.
And she's all white, and she will stay all white.
But look at the outfit. What kind of life is this child going to have as a member of the KKK?
Like I have. My life's great. I don't need niggers to make my life happy.
Don't make me want to pop you.
Yes, I am a mother. I'm a mother, and I'm don't need that. You're not a mother. You are. I am, Mrs. Smart now.
Hold her back, white man.
Can I make an observation? Okay, these women that you see up here, okay, biologically are females, but they are not mothers.
We are mothers.
You are not mothers. You are breeding children. You are a breeding factory. You are breeding monsters, is what you are.
No, we're not.
Who's talking hate now? I don't have 10 babies, honey. I don't have 10 babies.
No, but some niggers out there do.
Lady living in New York.
Yes.
Hi. If nigger in your vocabulary means ignorant person, then all you people right here are niggers, and your child is too. So you have a nigger baby. You have a nigger baby, okay? That's what you have. I'm sorry.
My child is not ignorant.
Hold it.
Yeah, we seen you in there.
Like you got a little white in you, but I don't believe
No,
it.
baby. Oh, no, why ain't in your mouth?
I vow in the dressing room being prepped for this show.
That's what we want.
You were putting here and being prepped.
Okay, will you put here?
I'd like to ask the woman who hate, how do you function on a daily basis? I mean, do you... Who's sitting on a bus and sit next to a black person? Do you ask them to move, or do you move?
Who works in the convenience store with black fellow employees?
I don't work in a convenience store. I work
fast food.
a store.
A fast food
I
outlet.
work at a store.
Wait, hold it, Mary. Will you quiet down? I'm talking to Lisa.
I do work with black people.
You do work.
I have to serve them. Okay, but I'm never cruel to them. I don't hate them. I'm very nice to them. I ask them if they need anything else, and they're always nice to me.
Isn't that hard for you to do? Isn't that hard for you to do? How can you do that? How can you look at someone and be so hypocritical and be serving them? And you enjoy your work? I mean, do you get a...
If you're married to a black man, I respect you. But if you're married to a black man, you're white trash to me.
Well, I don't care.
You've got a black man.
I mean, that's not my point. This is not real. This is not the real world. You are not living in the real world, obviously.
Yes, I am.
Yes, we are. You are. You're living in the real world.
The problem is, if you try to make logic out of what they say.
Angelique?
I was saying that, in other words, what you just said, Donna, don't try to understand it. If you try to make logic of what you'll say, you'll become just as crazy as they are, so forget it.
Hold it, Doug. I want you to tell us the story of your undercover activities, but I've got to take a break. We'll be right back.
You know, there are a whole lot of price surveys that are out there. But
you and Danny are husband and wife. How long have you been married?
23 years next month.
Thank you. Thank you for your enthusiasm. 23 years.
23 years next month.
You love the guy?
Sure, I love the guy. Why do you think I stayed there 23 years?
Handsome, good lug of a guy.
He's a handsome, good-looking guy. He's white.
He's white, right?
Yeah.
He's got those great yellow socks on. He's a great guy.
Love them great yellow socks.
Good. So did a lot of black people. And they bled red blood. They bled
So
red
did a lot
blood.
of police dogs. You know, bomb-sniffing dogs. We don't let them vote.
Are you proud of Danny when he says comments like that?
Yeah, because he's saying what he feels and believes. And I think the Constitution gives you the right to say what you feel and believe.
And does the Constitution give you the right to commit terrorist acts and to incite riots?
Can you say anything I've ever done that was terrorist?
Oh, I'm talking about your husband. Wasn't he convicted of...
No, he was framed. He was framed.
Just a cross burning is a terrorist act.
Doug Seymour.
Just the simple act of a cross burning is a terrorist act. And these people...
We do not burn but light the cross.
When you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, a rock's just come through your window and a cross
When
is
did one
burning
come
in
through
your
your
front
window?
yard. Are you not terrified? It's a terrorist act. That is what a cross burning is all about. That's hate.
Let me, you go out and do that kind of stuff so the Klan can be blamed for it. A lot of times, that is done a lot of times. In Atlanta, Georgia, there has been so many crosses lit or burnt in people's yards because they burn them. We don't burn them. We light them.
So it's all those black people running around burning those crosses.
The world.
And
every time it comes down,
hold it.
Every time it's done, it comes down.
Sweetie. Hello. It's me back here, the host back here. Hi, everybody. Right here. Geraldo, Rivera. Host. Thank you. Yeah.
This is just a comment. It's not a question.
Darlene.
Just so they could collect the insurance. Don't tell me to hush, because I get through saying what I say, I'll hush.
This is a comment on the...
Danny, will you please? You and Darlene must be an outrageous fun at cocktail parties.
You're done your own show.
Okay, darling. Okay, Danny. Okay, Danny, take a deep breath. Go.
When I see little Amber with that cone on her head, I'm terrified.
That ain't a cone, that's a hood.
That's a hood. And I remember when I was a little girl living in Ohio, and I saw the results of those hoods. I saw crosses burned on lawns. I saw people terrified.
You're told your husband stay
She's
home.
a new little life.
Not being doing
She's
night
going to grow up to be a hateful person. We have enough hate in this world.
You should tell
we shouldn't have any more.
There was 2,200 people murdered in New York City last year. Does that terrify you?
Yourself.
Not one of those murders were committed by the Ku Klux Klan.
Okay,
95% of them were committed by black people.
Danny, bite your knuckle.
Okay,
I'll bite yours in a minute.
My son, he's only 4 months. He's about all of your complexion, and he is completely black. If my
He
son
should be proud of his races. He is black.
Let me tell
Raise
you,
him to be
if my
proud of
son
that.
ever told me that he hate a white person, I would knock him silly.
He does, and you just may not be there.
This is a question to the white woman with the white baby. I want to know, do you fear your child's life, like, as they grow up? I mean, do you think anything's going to happen to this child?
There's nothing ever happened to us before.
Darlene.
Yes, Lisa.
I don't fear for my child's life around the white people in our groups, but I do fear for her. Yes, I do. Because this country is just full of people that's going to go out and rape you, beat you, and anything else. Because I was also beaten up in school. And it was not by white people. It was by black. Everybody thinks that it's so funny.
The violence was done to her. You should have been feeling sorry for her.
Done to her, you clap about it. So what are you?
But if that lady right there would have said she was beat up in school, you'd have felt so sorry for her.
I was not.
Well, what about her?
New York.
No, they hate us.
This is the hate. The hate that
Let me tell you about it.
And him.
So I can tell you.
We'll be right back.